Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Welcome back to the Second Take. Tyler Gallo Show.
I'm Damon Fabian.
And today we're going to just do a little briefing of the NBA season. 10 days.
Oops.
10 days. The NBA starts in 10 days. Are you guys ready? I'm ready for a little basketball.
I mean, I'm ready. That ball boy, you know what I mean? Like LeVar Ball said, you know what I mean? Nothing like that ball boy, you know what I mean? So, Lakers got, big thing, hopefully big things, I mean, in the West, so.
I know, West is scary. West is definitely scary, especially all the trades that we're about to talk about.
It took until the start of camp for it to go down. Melo traded to the Thunder.
Tremendous fit for Oklahoma City. It catapults them to being the clear-cut number 2 presence in the entire Western Conference.
Line to get into with Phil Jackson, but first let's talk about the news. So CP3 to the Rockets for 3 bodies. That would be Sam Dekker, Patrick Beverley, Lou Will, all to the Clippers. Lou Will comes back to LA. He just left. He was only there for a little bit. Tell me what you know about this deal and why, in fact, it was able to happen in a trade.
Rockets also sent a first-round pick to LA in 2018.
How did it come to this with Kyrie Irving and LeBron James?
Kyrie Irving doesn't want to be LeBron James' little brother. He doesn't want to be LeBron James' sidekick, and he doesn't want to play for an organization in the Cleveland Cavaliers who would evolve everything around a guy that's going to, in all likelihood, leave after next season while he's stuck there for the remaining 2 years of his contract after next season. His attitude is if LeBron James is going to leave, everything's going to change, and I don't want to be stuck in a situation that I don't want to be in because I couldn't see the forest from the trees. And, oh, by the way, LeBron James, the best player in the world, talking about departing elsewhere. What am I, chopped liver?
That went over to the West. A big marquee player from the East went over to the West. What trade you want to talk about first? I mean, they're all crazy.
Clearly, the biggest one is the Kyrie Irving cresting trade from being on a championship team to leave. I don't understand that, but
yeah, but you heard what he said. He wants to do his own thing. He felt like he was the little brother of LeBron. And he kind of wants to run his own show.
I agree. I think Kyrie.
He's young still too.
Yeah, I think baby Jesus nephew. He's a baller. He deserves his own team. So, yeah. I as a competitor, as a winner, I don't see it as a good thing for him.
Yeah.
He's not coming out the East.
Oh yeah.
He's not coming out the East.
Yeah.
As a player, I don't want to be under somebody's shadow.
Yeah, right.
Like,
especially him being as talented as he is. Young.
Right.
It was a good move for him. The team's his now. It's
right.
his team. He gets to run the team. So for him being young still, why not run a team a little bit, get more experience under your belt, and move somewhere else, go somewhere else. So IT4, he went. Isaiah Thomas went to Cleveland. They're kind of they're similar players. Honestly, they only are saying that Kyrie's a little bit better defensively. That's only because Kyrie's a little bit bigger. But they're both offense oriented, and they both can score. So they're not really losing in either category. Stat wise, they're the same. So that's not really changing. So the trade was good. It's healthy for. I didn't really like. I want Isaiah Thomas with the Celtics, but it might. I don't know. I feel like it's benefiting both of them, especially Kyrie getting his own team and he can run his own show.
It's a win-win. So we'll see about that how it unfolds when the season starts. But what about the Melo to the OKC?
Horrible. I don't like these crazy trades. First of all, I don't like super teams. I mean, getting some players together is one thing, but I don't like super teams. And Melo going to a team with 2 other players that need the ball in their hands makes no sense to me because Melo needs the ball. And to my knowledge, I don't know about, unless you watch different basketball, you only have one ball on the court. So how are they all going to share the ball? Westbrook literally just is coming off of the season MVP. Paul George made a statement he wants to be the league MVP this year. So how are you going to have the MVP with somebody that wants to be the league MVP and then a offensive-minded player that's one offensive player scoring titles for the year? How are you going to have all of them on the same team together? How's that going to work? What do you think?
I don't think it's gonna work. I think they're gonna turn Melo to a spot up shooter, basically. PG-13. I don't think they should have came to LA, but it's cool.
I think he's even better there. I mean, now I like him there because, I mean, with OKC, he can play defense too. He's a two-way player, so it's not like his whole game is going to be, forced to the offense.
But Russell Westbrook is a player, like you said, and he needs the ball. Like, he's not going to be having no triple doubles, and like it's the same thing with KD. When KD was there, it was okay. KD was the better player, but Westbrook in the playoffs, he kind of cost him some games because he didn't show up. Right. They're like, "Where's Russell Westbrook?" And he kind of like he was passive to KD, and like he wasn't aggressive. And you're not adding 1 year and 2 superstars on your team that, like you said, needs the ball.
There's only one ball on the court.
There's only one ball on the court, like you said.
I always look at passive aggressive players and aggressive players. Passive aggressive go well with aggressive players because somebody, that's aggressive, they can do what they got to do because that's how they play. And then a passive aggressive player. You got on the team now, I want to say 2 for sure aggressive players that need the ball. Paul George is that way too, but he can be a little passive at times, so that kind of mold's okay. But you got 3 aggressive players. I don't like that. Like, we can jump right into the next one with CP3, Chris Paul, and Harden. CP3 is a passive. He can be passive, but he plays point guard. He needs the ball in his hand. He's the offensive general for a reason because he's great at running the offense. James Harden, they moved him to point guard. He needs the ball in his hand. So, again, you got 2 players that need the ball. There's only one ball on the court. What do you do?
I don't think they're going to go far in Houston. Like you said, it's only one ball. James Harden, I think they should win defensively on that team because they can't stop a nosebleed. CP3, it's not going to work. I think it's towards the end of his career. Great player. Gonna be another Charles Barkley, honestly, to me.
That's sad.
Not to say Charles Barkley is something down upon, but
yeah.
I mean,
it's just title wise, he might not. And I think the Clippers should flip that trade, and they should have got rid of Blake.
Yeah,
and they should have kept CP3.
Right,
I don't know why you would give up somebody that's been so consistent for your organization over the years, and you got a player that's very sporadic in his play game. He's injured.
He gets hurt. Yeah.
He's hitting something. He's hurting himself, or he's just not playing consistent. He has a good night here and might not have a good night. Why would you give up something that's solid, that's been giving you solid numbers to keep a player and then give him all this money? Well, they had to give him that money because they needed a superstar or a star on their team. So I don't know why they did that trade because I don't see that working well with.
Yeah, I completely agree because like Blake Griffin, he'll have injury like a toe and be gone for like 3 months. Like that makes no sense. But like you said,
and he don't show any toughness.
Yeah.
I don't like. I like people that show me toughness. Like, give me what you got. You know what I mean? I can kind of sympathize with your pain if you're really hurt. But you got to show me you're tough before you get hurt. You know what I mean? You're just getting hurt and not giving me anything to go off of. Like,
hey, he got his money, so like I can't.
He's happy.
He's happy. So hey, we'll see. So what about Cleveland with the Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose, and they basically have 2 teams for real.
They have 2 starting lineups, honestly, that can go. They like their bench is a starting lineup. They have a lot of old players on the team.
Right.
Dwayne Wade and LeBron play very well together. I don't know why. I don't like the whole idea of them being back together. It's just more commotion and just more building super teams. So I didn't like that idea. But the truth is they play very well together. They mesh like perfect together.
Right.
So I mean, okay, fine, bring that back. D Rose, He can still, he has a burst. He's not D Rose. He'll never be D
Right,
Rose.
he got that D Rose is going.
But he has a burst, I still like watching him play. Honestly, I still like watching him play. But he's older, so I don't know what Cleveland's looking to do because the super team is Golden State. So
Right.
their team, the Heat don't have. I mean, the Cleveland doesn't have anything that's messing with Golden State. So
Like you said, I agree. Like D Rose is not the same D Rose. It doesn't even look like the same D. Like honestly, like J. Cole's playing basketball.
basically,
like,
he just bummed himself out,
Right.
he bummed down, and
I mean,
he's
so
just free balling it now. Like,
so I was like, well, the thing about the Cleveland Cavaliers is one, they're in the East, so everybody know they're going to the finals. Easily, unless by some miracle somebody beat them, but
yeah,
they go to the finals. So LeBron is building his team not for anybody in the East, but for the Warriors.
right.
I don't think it's enough because honestly, nobody ever can stop KD. He's a walking bucket.
And then who's stopping Curry? Because you can't. I don't see anybody stopping KD and stopping Curry.
Right, I agree.
And please, nobody forget about Klay Thompson. So you got 3 missiles on your team that you got to try to take them out the air before they get hot. Before they get to their like, what are you going to do about that? Like, I don't see anybody stopping Durant. You can't. LeBron can't do it. So.
I mean, I got to
And they picked up a lot of older players. So when these older players D Rose supposed to run around with Curry. Why this man shooting threes everywhere? He's supposed to run. What?
That's not gonna happen. I mean, Curry, man, that man.
He's something different.
Different.
We never seen nothing like that.
Last time I seen that was like I seen that boy Damian Fagan on the court. Like that boy was something special. But
yeah, something special.
That boy was something special. I mean, so. I mean, like I said, I think the Warriors are going to win for the next 5 years.
He says 5. I don't give him 5.
But
I give him 2 to 3 because you gotta realize agents get in your head. People talk and start getting in your head behind the scenes. They're gonna be like, listen, you want finals, your worth is this much. You need more money, and that's always why a team breaks up. Now, granted, Golden State's doing it perfectly right now. Everybody on the team, that's why I like Golden State because they're all passive for the most part. They're passive players. Curry is passive, Durant's passive. They're all passive, and Klay Thompson are all passive. That's why they work and mesh well together because they don't demand the ball. And when they get the ball, they can score.
Right.
So, and then even the role players are very passive players, which helps them, mesh very well. Even though I don't like the add-on, they got Nick Young. I don't know why they got Nick Young.
Boy, Swaggy P.
Man, I hate Nick Young.
Swaggy,
so I don't know why they got him.
When Nick Young is hot, ain't nobody checking him.
Man, he's not a passive player at all.
He's
very aggressive.
It doesn't matter.
He can be one of those players that can mess it up. I mean, he'd come off the bench and then what if he's having a bad game?
Listen,
and he's just going to keep shooting? I don't want to see that.
If he's having a bad game, they're not swinging him the ball. Like that's simple. When Nick Young, when Swaggy P is hot, there's nobody in the world that's checking that.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But
he's.
I don't like not knowing with him, and you don't know with him.
You don't know. Man.
And I don't want. I feel like he would be a liability on my team if he's out there and he's demanding the ball and just doing crazy, because he does crazy stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'd rather go with somebody that's going to give me consistency over sporadic buckets here and there and it's going to look nice. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want that.
I agree.
But for the most part, their team meshes well just because of how they're all passive aggressive players and they don't demand it. So I give them 3 years, 2-3 years, probably get a couple more chips. But after that, like Klay Thompson, they're gonna get into these. People said the players, the role players, and then people are gonna start breaking up. The team's gonna it's gonna fall apart. People are gonna want their money. I mean, chips look nice, but after a while, people come on, you can make this much, you can make that much. Come on, millions in your pocket, man. Come on, people not passing it up.
Hey, we'll see. But it doesn't even matter, honestly, with that ball boy. It's about to do work, LeVar Ball. Ain't nobody checking him one-on-one,
He's promising young player.
Lonzo gonna do his thing, So, man say he's better than Curry. LeVar say he better than Jordan. So
listen now.
He come from greatness. You mean that
I mean,
that ball boy.
come on, clearly that's crazy. It's like,
what you
mean? Nobody passed the chain.
LeVar Ball bought his 16-year-old son a Lamborghini for his 16-year-old birthday. That man's winning. He come from greatness. So
I don't care about
that's
that.
all I gotta say. I mean, but
I don't care about none of that.
I mean, but like you said,
No, he's a promising player though. He's going to definitely do the job done. I like watching him play because he plays. He knows the game. Like he knows it well. So I'm not putting him over Kyrie. Like I'm not going to be crazy, but he's promising though. You got to give him some time. Let the real season actually hit him and see what really happens. I don't like going off this preseason. I don't like preseason and all season workouts. I don't like none of that stuff. That all looks good. Like all this hoodie mellow stuff. Like come on. Like you gonna go in a game with his hoodie under his jersey? Like come on.
Probably. I mean, that man is playing.
I mean, it looks.
He's motivated. He's trying to get Lala back and everything. Like, you mean?
Like come on. I mean, you even see it on the court. People are coming out. People are balling with hoodies on. Like, come on, now everybody on this mellow. There's a hoodie mellow swag. Like, I mean, now looking at the workouts and everything, it looks nice.
I mean,
he looks
nice. He's running against people in the YMCA, but it's cool.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on, that's all hyped up right now. Let the off season stuff go away. Let the real season hit, and let's see what really happens. Because all those teams with all those major trades, they got a match in
10 days. 10
days, though.
But I mean, but that'll be the end of our quick show of NBA.
Yeah,
check back in.
Just a little briefing for y'all,
Yeah, so I mean, so I'm Damien.
Tyler Galashaw.
And this is the second take, so make sure you like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and get in those comments. Anything y'all, y'all want or y'all want to see or hear us talk about, let us know. We'll definitely do it, y'all.
If you want to see a video of me dunking, which is out there, I mean, like from like. I'm pulling that thing back there.
Basically, if y'all want to see a blooper highlight,
like
then
it's crazy. I mean,
if y'all want to see a blooper highlight,
subscribe and share that. I mean,
that's it.
I'm telling you, if you like, let's get 50, not 100 likes. 100 likes. There's a video out there. I came out of the court. I crossed them over and I took it to the lane. I yammed it. I mean, I slammed that thing. I almost broke the backboard, but. 100 likes, and I'm release that video today.
You heard him.
You mean?
You heard him. If y'all want to see that, I want to see it. I know this man. I want to see that video.
It's out there, bro.
Listen, I want to see that video. So listen, get these likes in because I want to see it myself. So.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, that's our show today.
See you guys next time.
Oh, Pierre, you want to come out here?
In New York, I'm in